Welcome back, family. So, the other day, I covered the rude woman brought on a date to the Cheesecake Factory and rejected it. For whatever reason, that video seemed like it was staged, it was a skit somehow, but it turns out it was real. And we're going to hear from the characters in a little bit. They actually sat down and did an interview. And true to form, who you saw on that video clip was who they really are. The man name is Jay, and his mannerism is exactly what you saw on the tape. And the woman, Felicia, is true to form exactly what you saw on that clip. So let's first look at this clip of Felicia posting and reacting to some of the criticism and backlash that she's gotten, and you'll get to see exactly who she is. You'll get a better insight as to who this person actually is, and then we'll go and take a look at the interview.
Hey guys, this is Alicia. It's been a while, but there have been quite a bit of things on my mind. I believe that many of you have seen the, now viral video about me choosing to reject the Cheesecake Factory because I wanted more from my date. I want to, let me say this. It's interesting to me that just how a moment in time, right, can shape how so many view you. And so I want to talk about, I'm trying to remember, bear with me guys, I wrote down some notes so I can remember everything I want to say. I watched the comments, the shares that you guys,
I'm sure,
the opinions that you guys had. And I have reflected on all of them, processed all of them that I was able to read. Many of you have been vocal about how entitled I was, how I misused this man.
That's what you did. That's what you
showed.
And
I want you to understand that my mission has always been to empower women, for women to feel respected, cared for, not be misused, or abused. I've seen and heard many a horror story, men and women, not just women, men and women. And I wanted to make sure that this was a topic that we brought attention to. Many of you interpreted within, interpretations that I saw. I want you to understand that this was never about exposing or embarrassing anyone. The purpose was to spark discussion, to foster learning and growth, right? But I've seen some interesting interpretations. And it has caused me some more questions. There have been some hurtful comments. People wanting to come for my job. It's interesting to me how angry someone can get about something, things that don't directly affect them, to the point where you want to be harmful, right? All while screaming respect. But because I am one who loves to discuss things, right? Who's always open to learn and grow, I've decided to sit down for an exclusive interview with Kevin Wesley. So guys, you're going to get your opportunity to talk with me and Jay a bit more. And we're just going to we're just going to have a dialogue. I mean, so tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? Tune in to Kevin Wesley's platform on YouTube and Facebook. So it will be live on YouTube and Facebook. Like I said, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So you did this to empower women and to spark a conversation. Conversation was sparked, all right, but it didn't paint you in the best light. And obviously you didn't empower women at all. What you've done was set them back. What you displayed was exactly how men should treat women that are entitled and rude. You've created the art of the spinback. From here out, any man who's met with a rude, entitled, prissy woman like yourself with an inflated ego that you really don't deserve, but okay, you've taught them to spin back. We're gonna meet your rudeness by spinning you back home and dropping you off. I believe that's the real lesson here. But okay, now what I don't agree with are people coming after this woman, putting her job on the line and threatening bodily harm somehow. You guys are doing too much if that's what you're doing. This lady recorded herself behaving badly, presented it to the world, and all we have to do, the ones on the viewing end, is share our opinions. We can leave our little comments, make our little reaction videos to it, and that's it. There's no way, no how this woman's livelihood should be in jeopardy because of this. You guys are doing too much. Now we're going to take a look at the interview they did with Kevin Wesley. I'm going to show you a snippet of it, but if you want to see the full interview, I'll leave a link in the description. Let's check it out. All right, y'all, as you can see, I'm a new channel trying to grow. If you like the content, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Please be sure to leave a like if you've gotten this far, and click the notification bell so you know when I upload new content. Thank you for your help. Now let's get back to our program.
Obviously, guys, Jay's saying that they have they're viewing him in a negative light when it comes to dating. When I saw Jay, I saw someone who was making some excellent points, who knew what he wanted, and he's actually now like a Giga Chad in the manosphere world, in the red pill community. The brother's being mentioned everywhere for the way he handled that conversation. Now I'm going to ask Alicia as well, because during this conversation, Alicia.
Thank you.
We'll get that right. Okay, so Alicia, you didn't seem to really disagree with what he was saying. Now you had definitely a different opinion before he gave you his mind, right? But you seemed very receptive to it. Can you explain to me kind of what you were thinking and how you saw him in that video? Because he's saying they took him in a negative light. What do you think?
Well, yes, I think once we had the conversation, I could see my role in the conflict.
Okay, okay.
Let's back up a little bit. To be fair, I mean, I was always raised that the man is supposed to cater to you. I mean, you're courting me, so court me. That means wherever I want to go, you take me.
Absolutely.
Whatever I want, you buy me. That's courting. You know, I'm looking for a provider. So, but after the conversation, I could see how there was a lot of in that exchange. I was definitely very self-centered, and I can appreciate if I do want someone to provide for me, I at least gotta be a little bit nice.
Absolutely. Okay. Okay, great. So now I ask you this, based on your idea of dating before your conversation with Jay, how did you grow up? Who also thinks that way? I'm sure you have friends who think that way. I've heard it a lot.
I mean, everybody. I mean, that's what the man's, he's supposed to be the provider.
Absolutely.
So, you know, and I'm a beautiful woman, so I'm expecting to be treated like royalty. I mean, come on. So that's what I was doing. Is,
how do we treat him? And that's where the disconnect was.
Right.
In the video, now of course I'm sure you think of it differently now, but in the video you basically told him that, you know, you're not going in there, you know your value. It would be embarrassing for you to go inside a Cheesecake Factory. A lot of people like Cheesecake Factory. Now, So when I see that video, I'm thinking, okay, she must have some friends who probably would disagree with her going inside the Cheesecake Factory. Your peer group. So peer pressure probably keeps you from.
Never live that. Oh my God. I would never live that down.
Wow. They ate the Cheesecake Factory. They wouldn't let you live that down.
No, I have an image to protect.
Wow.
Does not do that. That was, that was my circle though. That's how,
Sure.
That's how we roll.
Sure.
To be quite blunt, that's how we roll. Hypergamy is a big, is a big thing in my circle. It's what we've been taught. Why? As a black woman, I'm gonna go there. As a black woman, we're really tired of having to settle. We want to be treated well.
Mm-hmm.
We want that soft life. So that's what I thought I was going after. However, what I understand is a part of having a soft life is being cooperative.
Being soft.
Not being combative.
You're
right.
Actually being soft.
Right.
Being receptive, being sweet.
Absolutely.
Being pleasant.
As you can see, this lady is exactly the person that we saw on that first video clip refusing to go to the Cheesecake Factory. She holds herself to a certain standards, which is fine. But you gotta read the room, like I said last time. If this man is coming to pick you up in a Toyota, a Honda, a Hyundai, you can't expect the premium meals. He may not have it. Now, there is a case where a disappointment from having a high expectation might be justified. If I was bringing out a young lady on a date and I came to scoop her up in a Lambo and then I bring her to the Olive Garden, then yeah, I wouldn't say sympathize, but I could understand her frustration and disappointment. Now the guy Jay says that he's received some negative feedback about this as well, and his dating life has suffered for it. I don't see how. How did he behave badly? He brought his date back home. A lot of people would have left her right there at the mall. He brought her home. He was a complete gentleman. He entertained her nonsense. He spoke when he didn't have to. He didn't object to her being on her phone the whole time. I think he was a complete gentleman. In my opinion, this should have helped them in the dating scene, not the opposite. As surprised as I was to find out that this video was actually real, this confirms, watching their interaction on the interview with Kevin Wesley, I can see that these people are who they are. I didn't play a clip of Jay speaking, but if you want to see the full video, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description. But this woman really thinks who she is. She's even there on the interview reiterating the fact that, Cheesecake Factory is just beneath me. I wonder what her income status is and who does she hang around with. Now, understand this. She actually is 6'1". And of course, like I mentioned in the prior video, she wasn't feeling this guy like that because again, women, like men, their height are taller. At 6'1", with only 13% of the population above 6 feet, now you want to go at least 2 inches higher. And this man also has to be rich to be able to afford you. Like you say, you want to be spoiled, you're a princess, you're a beauty queen, and you deserve it all. Good luck with that, Felicia. You're going to have some issues, I promise you. I'm not wishing it for you, but I'm telling you, it's going to be difficult. I don't believe that this new post and interview she's done will help her a bit. It really paints her out to be more shallow. It confirms that she's in fact a shallow person, in my humble opinion, but it doesn't do anything to help her. She was receiving a lot of backlash and a lot of negative commentary, and I believe it's going to be another tsunami of insults and negative feedback. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? Please leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for checking me out one more time. Catch you on the next one.